What's up, everybody? Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is you're watching this. I don't know why I have so much energy, but my name is Paige, as you already know. Welcome to Friday Night Live. Happy Friday, May 1st. It's May 1st. Wow, the year is going really fast so far. Welcome to May. Wow, this video is really just all over the place so far, and I'm kind of living for it. So, this is my intro to Friday Night Live. I hope you're enjoying so far. The first 30 seconds. I know we weren't here last week, and I'm sorry for that, but we are back and better than ever with a really fun segment this week. We've got some fast facts with Zoe and some interviews, and we've got a fun segment on my behalf. You know, I really liked it, but maybe I'm a little biased. And to start the episode off right, I know some of you liked my fact segment last week, so I'm just going to read a couple of those to you right now, and maybe this will become a tradition. Okay. Frogs drink and breathe through their skin. Why is it with me and frog facts? That's just always what I seem to go into. You know, frogs are faster than toads. We said that last week. Maybe you already knew that because you were paying attention. Jell-O is the official snack of Utah. Okay. The smallest unit of time is the yoctosecond. Yoctosecond. That's fun. In Kentucky, it's illegal to carry ice cream in your back pocket. Sorry, people from Kentucky. A starfish doesn't have a brain. Okay. The most Monopoly money that can be lost in one turn is $5,070. Yikes. I'm guessing Park Place and those type of things with all the hotels, but, you know, if you land on that, not a fun drive. And finally, Happy Birthday to You is the most often sung song in America. So, you know, if it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. And now it's the most said phrase on Friday Night Live. You know what, if it's your birthday, live it up. Have a good day. I hope you enjoy Friday Night Live, y'all. This was over the place, all over it, but that's how my life is right now. So, with that being said, I'm gonna stop talking because I don't know where I'm going next, and on to the first segment of Friday Night Live.
Hi everyone. So if this is your first time watching Friday Night Live, I am Zoe and I co-host with Paige. And this first segment you're going to be watching is an interview I did with Mr. Oakley. Now, Mr. Oakley was an awesome person to interview. He is so kind and so nice, and I was very, very lucky that he agreed to do an interview with me. So that's what you're going to be watching. It's also only half of the interview I had with him because we just talked for a while and it was a great conversation, and I figured you guys would want to see more of it, but next week. So that'll be next week's episode, but this is our interview.
Okay, we can start our interview. Okay, so how have you and your family been?
We've been okay, Zoe. Thanks for asking. We're trying to keep busy as best as we can.
How have you been keeping busy?
How have we been keeping busy? I've been swamped with schoolwork lately, but we'll probably get to that later. But just as a family, the kids are busy online doing their schoolwork. My wife she works for the Bethlehem Health Bureau, so she's actually doing investigations in COVID cases, COVID-19 cases. So anybody for the city of Bethlehem or the county of Northampton that test positive for the COVID, my wife has to call and interview them as far as, who their contacts were, give them instructions like, don't go outside, you're quarantined in your house for so long, go over the signs and symptoms. When the CDC comes out and they tell you, these are the symptoms for COVID-19, they get those symptoms from people like my wife that actually call these people that have tested positive, and they say, do you have a cough? Do you have a fever? Do you have the chills? Something recently that they've discovered is that you lose your sense of taste and smell when you test positive for it. So, so she's been really busy. She's been, they go in every other day. So one day she works from home, one day she works from the office because they have to keep her office open. So if one crew gets sick and they all have to be quarantined, they still have another crew to go in there. So she's been very, very busy. the kids have been busy. We've been trying to get out and take a walk every once in a while and do some work around the yard whenever we can. But cooking, a little too much cooking. I don't know if you know this or not, but I was a chef before I was a teacher. So I love to cook. And just as much as I love to cook, I love to eat. And so I really need the walk around the block every day, just trying to keep the pounds off. So we've been good. And you know what? I am actually pretty proud of myself. I have not repeated one dinner since this has started. However, I have to admit, I ordered pizza 3 times now. And, my favorite Chinese restaurant opened back up. And I'm a Chinese food junkie. So the minute I heard that they were coming back and opening up, I had to order Chinese that night too. But so I've been cooking everything. I made homemade pizza one night. I've been doing really anything. It was kind of funny because last night was my son Matthew's birthday, and I asked him a few days ago. I said, Matt, for your birthday, what would you like for your birthday dinner? I'll cook you whatever you want. And he said, Dad, I'd really like chicken nuggets, macaroni and cheese from the box, and canned green beans. So that was our last night dinner. Was willing to make whatever, chicken parm, whatever he wanted, and that's what he chose.
That's great. How do you feel that the online learning is affecting the student body?
Well, I can't say that our student body probably thinks it's fun. However, it's necessary. I just from my own two kids' experiences, I think they very much would rather be back in the classroom with their friends and their teachers. And however, they also understand that there's like a pandemic outside, and so I think they would rather have some schoolwork to do than nothing at all day long. Do they complain about it? Sure. I think any kid will complain about their schoolwork, but I think it's going as well as it can. We're Green Knights and we accept challenges. That's what I think. Everyone has done a phenomenal job at this whole learning thing. We literally, Mr. Schlegel, all the way, down to our teachers. We had literally 2 weeks to throw together an online school, and from the ground up, like build it. Like, what does that, how do you take attendance? How do we give tests? How do we give assignments? All that stuff. We had about 2 weeks to come up with. And we were working tirelessly all hours of the night trying to figure that out. And I honestly think that we're giving a good educational program at Penargil, even though we're not sitting in front of our teachers. I think our teachers are doing a wonderful job at delivering the best instruction that they possibly can. I go through and I look at their lesson plans. I mean, they're doing some really impressive things with how little they have to work with. We really have a dedicated group of teachers, and I really think, they really took the ball and they ran with this. Mr. Domchek and I and Mr. Schlegel and Dr. Pettit and all the other administrators that we have, we did a good job at like building the parameters, but really our teachers are really the ones that have just stepped up. They really stepped up their game, and because they care about you guys. Everybody in this district cares about you guys and wants you to have a good education. There's other schools that haven't started teaching yet since we've been out. I'm hearing, further up north in Pennsylvania, my old high school, they haven't started their online program yet. They're still trying to figure it out. So, and our kids they missed about a week.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, so
How do you feel about it?
I actually don't mind it at all. I think the amount of work that we're getting is good. I think that I spend a normal amount of time doing all of it and nothing is too much. And I think it's keeping me busy for the most part.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's good. And we love like every student I talk to, and I talk to students and parents all day long. And I always ask that because that feedback is very, very important. So that's great to hear. Thank you.
What do you think is the biggest difference between being the assistant principal to students all online rather than getting to see them every day?
Oh man, um, that's a great question. I could tell you, Mr. Domchek and I are sleeping very little right now. We are so worried about our kids and making sure that we have a great program for them. Um, and especially our seniors. And you know, my heart goes out for my seniors, especially my own senior. I have my own, you know, my son Danny, who just was down here a few minutes ago. He's a senior this year, and they're missing out on a lot. We really feel for them. And Mr. Domchek, myself, and like I said, Mr. Schlegel, our superintendent, everybody just, you know, we feel bad for our seniors, and we're trying to come up with the, you know, a lot of like surprises, you know, just to make their senior year special. And we're trying to do the best that we can um, to recognize them and try to make this as special as we can for them. So my job right now is quite different than it was a month ago.
Yeah.
A month ago, I would have started my day with standing out at the curb, waving to all my parents as they dropped the kids off, and I would have came up to my office and dealt with a couple dress codes, you know, worked on the tardies, and so like all of that has gone away. Now I'm focusing more on the problems that we have, the problems that I foresee coming down the future, and trying to get them out of the way as quickly as we can. For example, lockers. Like these are all the little things that nobody ever thinks about. We have a school filled with lockers that have kids' belongings in them.
Yeah.
How do we get those back to the kids, right? So what I've been working on the last 2 weeks is how do we get back all of those things to the kids that are in their lockers? So literally I spent days opening up the lockers, running to the dumpster with like stinky peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, which were like definitely a biology experiment going on. And then, you know, and documenting what was in each locker. And then I try to find out whose locker that belonged to. So those people will be getting an email from me very soon saying like, hey, I was in your locker. Here's what I found. Fill out this Google form. Would you like it back or wouldn't you like it back? And then I'm going to coordinate like a pickup day where I'll bag your stuff and tag it because you can't come into the school. You know, we're still under the social distancing. And, you know, I'll figure out a way where you can swing by and pick it up. And so I've been working on things like that. Students that aren't logging in every day to do their work. You know, we're really concerned about those students. We want to make sure that this is an unfortunate event. We want to make sure that our kids aren't punished for that. We want to make sure that their grades remain good. So the big thing is we're not there to stand over them anymore to make sure that they're paying attention, they're doing their classwork. Like now they're at home with their parents, like you are. So I spend a lot of my day calling parents and calling students and say, hey, you know, you really gotta log in every day. You gotta do your work. So I've been working a lot on things like that. Communication between you're at home, your teacher's at their home, and I'm at my home. So if a student isn't doing their work, how does the teacher let me know that it's a problem? How does the teacher let Ms. Pavan or Mr. Sampson know that it's a problem? So we've been working on that communication piece. So I've gotten quite good at technology and inventing, you know, spreadsheets that, you know, alert certain individuals like, hey, can you make a call to, you know, Zoe's parents and let her know that, you know, she's not doing her work. Not that you are, but, you know, things like that. So my job has drastically changed. But at the same time, like don't have any discipline issues I'm dealing with. So yeah, it's been quite different and challenging, like a fun challenge. To me, I love a great challenge. I'm, you know, throw it at me, I'll figure it out. You know, I'm kind of a fixer. I'm a guy who likes to fix things, and it's definitely been that challenge for me. We've had a lot of things that we needed to figure out how to do.
Then in quarantine, I become master chef. Add some seasoning. Voila! Voila! Master chef. Oh yes, masterpiece. Looks just like you. Never played guitar before. Natural. I'm a professional now. You know, I don't even need to practice. You know, just picked up a hobby and now I'm a pro. You know? Oh, would you look at the time? 5 o'clock already. Looks like work's out for the day. Well, it's been really great speaking to you all. I'm really proud of everything you're doing. You know, keep up the good work. You know, just round of applause for all of you. You're so great. We're all being very professional, and I'm just really proud of you guys. So I'll see you this time on Monday. Bye. Thank God that's over. I was so tired of being in business. Did you just sneeze? Yeah, sorry. Allergies. You just can't really be too safe going outside. All right, back inside. Ugh. 4 o'clock? Yeah, whatever. Yes, I'm still watching. Yeah. I'm so bored. I'm bored. I'm so bored. This rain is so boring. I love quarantine. Couch all day. Just party from home. You can just play as many video games as you want. Dang it! Lost. You're gonna hang out with your friends all the time. Like all the time.
Oh, hey! How you doing, other me?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm really good. Yeah, this is really great. How are you?
You already asked that.
Yeah, I'm glad things are going so well for you, but other me is actually coming up.
You're ditching me for me?
So I gotta go. But
Seriously?
good chatting with you, other me.
That's it?
See you later, man.
I can't believe this. I can't. It's me. It's Friday. But I've got so much stuff to do. I mean, it's still like 11:59. Another, 8 episodes of my show isn't that bad, right? I've got time. Yeah. See you at 11. I hope you guys enjoyed Types of People in Quarantine. It was a lot of fun to film, and I am really happy with how it turned out. If you're one of those types of people in quarantine, be proud of it. Let me know. I'm definitely one, if not a few of those. So I hope you enjoyed, and off to the next segment.
Right, the next segment you're gonna watch is an interview I did with Miss Rivenbark. She is so cool and so nice, and I was very lucky to get to talk to her. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy this because I had a lot of fun filming this with her.
Okay, so my first question is, how have you and your family been?
We've been doing all right. My sister is also a teacher in Virginia. She was actually called out of school, I think like 2 weeks before we were. It's pretty early. So she's been out, sorry. Let's keep going. So she's been at home she's an art teacher. So we've been working together as well, doing like online lessons. I've been helping her out, which is cool. My brother and my sister-in-law are working from home. And my dad and I are just chilling out most of the time. It's a weird time in our history.
So what have you been doing to keep busy during this?
Well, definitely planning out engaging lessons online, making sure all my students are checking in with me, whether it be completing just small little assignments or just checking in to say hello, which is always nice. Other than that, I've been doing yard work and I've been driving a lot just to get some sense of being outside.
So what do you teach and how long have you taught?
I teach 10th grade college prep and honors U.S. History 2, and this is my first year.
It's quite a crazy first year.
Yeah.
How has it been adapting to online learning?
It's up and down. I feel like a lot. I'm definitely still learning through the process. It's kind of interesting because for graduate school, I had a lot of classes that were online. So I'm trying to use that experience and make sure that students don't feel too overwhelmed, and recognizing the fact that I'm not the only class that's online for sure. But it's a good learning experience, I think.
What do you miss most about school and not being in the classroom teaching?
I miss seeing the kids. It's like so hard because like a lot of kids I would see out in the hallway, like, hey, what's up? Just like human interaction in general, I really miss. Especially like Mr. Hitt and I would always have like conversations in the morning before homeroom started. And it just feels weird not having that.
So you're not only just a teacher, you're also the assistant track and field coach, correct?
Yes.
So have you been doing anything with your athletes to keep them motivated considering they are not able to have their season?
Yeah, when we found out that the PIAA officially canceled the season, I sent out a remind message right away and then an email too, because, I had the kids working in the preseason to get ready for spring track season, and they put in a lot of hard work, and we had a lot of goals and objectives set for the spring season. And then all of a sudden it's like the rug got ripped out from underneath you, and now you're faced with, how am I going to adapt to this? And I let them know that it's okay to be upset about this. I was definitely really upset. I felt I don't know, it felt like terrible, especially for my seniors, because it's your senior season and then all of a sudden it's gone. And I just let them know that, the training wasn't for nothing. It's going to pay off. And I think a lot of them learned that no matter what is put in front of them, they can do it. And I hope, for me going in as a head coach for cross country, I really hope to have a season. And but who knows? It's just crazy.
So since you are a history teacher, and do you think this will be a large part in history that you'll have to teach in future years?
Oh, definitely. The fact that the casualty rate is now around 60,000 or so, more casualties than the Vietnam War. Also, just looking at the social, political, and economic factors of this. As a history teacher, I always want to try my best to emphasize that people make events. It's not the other way around. And I mean, there's so many different things coming out, but this is going to have lasting impacts on, especially on our economy. There's a lot of uncertainty going on. And I just watched yesterday, they were interviewing a child psychologist, talking about, you know, you have these young kids, 2 to 3 years old. That's a pivotal time for socialization, and they're not having it. So it's going to be, I'm going to be teaching it next year and for years to come, for sure.
Something that I like to do for Friday Night Live is we try to spread like a positive message during this time. Is there anything positive you could say to the students?
We're all in this together in a sense. You're not alone. And don't ever hesitate to like reach out to anybody. That's what I've been doing. I've been reaching out to like a lot of my classmates I haven't talked to in a while, just to say like, hey, how are you doing? Like something as simple as that, texting someone, giving someone a phone call. But it's moments like this that you're going to become a stronger person. I think adversity really makes you more motivated than anything. And that you have to know that there's people out there that you can reach out to and talk to.
What is one last thing you can say to the students?
I miss you a lot. I miss joking around with you guys for sure. And it's kind of weird for me because I feel like I'm not going to get to end kind of that first year feeling as a teacher. But I want to let everyone, all my kids know, like, I truly appreciate everything this year. You've been very patient with me. We've all been learning together and trying to figure out the ups and downs, but I really do miss you guys. It's so difficult because every day just feels the same, and it doesn't feel like the way it used to when we were in school.
Well, thank you very much for letting me interview you and for letting me do this segment. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Alrighty, the next segment you're gonna watch is called Fast Facts. This is my favorite segment I've ever created, and it's basically where I give teachers a list of questions and they have to just answer them as quickly as possible so you get to know them more. I don't know if I said this, but for a little fun with Mr. Oakley, there's one with Mr. Oakley and one with Miss Remenbark. I didn't give Mr. Oakley the questions in advance, so he was just trying to name them as quickly as he can, but all the other teachers that I've done this with have gotten the questions in advance to actually, like, figure it out. So that was fun, and I hope you guys...
On to the fun segment.
Oh, okay.
This one I call Fast Facts with your favorite teachers, or administrative. And
Okay.
basically, I'm going to ask you a series of questions, very quick questions, and you have to answer them as quickly as possible. Okay?
Okay.
So most
I'm a
of
little
them,
nervous.
these are basically just questions about yourself. Okay? Just try to answer them as quickly as possible. First thing that comes to your head. Okay, first question. Favorite color?
Green.
Favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving.
Favorite sports team?
Penn State football.
Favorite song?
Favorite song. Wow. Really anything by the Foo Fighters.
Favorite singer?
David Grohl.
Favorite actor?
Favorite actor. Wow, that's a tough one. Morgan Freeman.
Favorite book?
Favorite book. Read a lot of them. Da Vinci Code.
Who is the governor of Pennsylvania?
Tom Wolfe.
What's your favorite food?
Favorite food. Chinese food.
And what is your favorite movie?
The Sandlot.
The Sandlot. Okay. Well, thank you again for letting me interview you and letting me do this quick segment.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this segment, it's recording. This segment I like to call Fast Facts with your favorite teachers. So you're going to try to say your answers as quickly as possible. I'll try to ask the questions as quickly as possible so you can just say them. Okay?
Okay.
So what is your favorite movie?
James Bond, Skyfall.
What is your favorite food?
Pasta.
What is your favorite book?
The German People.
What is your favorite actor?
Daniel Craig.
Who is your favorite singer?
Led Zeppelin.
What is your favorite song?
Heartless.
What is your favorite sports team?
Eagles.
What is your favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving.
And what is your favorite color?
Blue.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Hi everyone! So unfortunately it is the end of our show, but before we have to say our final goodbyes, I wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I absolutely loved Paige's segments, and I hope you enjoyed my segments. I do love talking to people and interviewing new people. It is really a passion of mine, so I hope you guys like that. Also, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Miss Shank because she is always so trusting and believing in us and to do whatever we want and make whatever we want for these videos. So I really, really appreciate her, and she's just the best. So, and I miss her terribly. So just a shout out to Miss Shank. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and there'll be another episode next week. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Bye!